Today, I'm going to show you my new favorite Town Hall 11 attack strategy in 2025 using 37 Super Barbarians. The best part is it doesn't even require epic equipment, and it can 3-star max Town Hall 12 bases. Let's go over how it works. So this is the troop composition. So we have got the 37 Super Barbarians with 2 Ice Golems, 2 Super Wall Breakers, a couple of balloons and minions, with 2 clone spells and 5 invisibility spells. In the clan castle, we have 2 super archers and a super wizard with the rage spell, and of course, the blimp. So I will give you a couple of slight changes you can make to this troop composition depending on what type of base layout you're coming up against. But for the most part, how the strategy actually works does not change. So the hero equipment I'm using here is the Vamp Stash with the Earthquake Boots on the king, the Archer Puppet and Invisibility Vial on the Queen, and the Eternal Tome with the Rage Gem on the Warden. Now, obviously, this isn't the perfect equipment combination, but we don't have any epic equipment. So, unfortunately, we're working with what we have. The Archer Puppet is absolutely terrible. So, if you have any other epic equipment, I would switch that right away. Also, if you have the Spiky Ball, I'd probably switch out the Vamp Stash for it. Or even if you have the Giant Gauntlet, that's also an upgrade. The Grand Warden's equipment probably won't change even if you do have the Fireball, and I don't recommend using the Minion Prince for this attack strategy. Let's get into our first attack. For this attack strategy to work, we need to establish the best value we can get from our Super Archer and Super Wizard blimp. So because we don't have the weaponized Town Hall at Town Hall 11, the Town Hall itself is not a focus. So we are going to try and land where we can get the most value possible. Right here, I think the best value is going to be between the clan castle and the eagle, right where there is that open area. So that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to place all of our balloons with the blimp and the Grand Warden. So you do use the Warden Tome more often than not with the blimp. It just depends on the style of base layout. So if you're trying to fly deep into the base, you probably want to use the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome like I did here. But if you are not going as far into the base, you can sometimes afford to just use a Lava Hound tank for the blimp and not require the Warden's Eternal Tome. So if you can save the Warden's Eternal Tome for later on in the attack, it will just make this strategy even stronger. So we are using the invisibility spells with the clone spells on the blimp for the Super Archers and Super Wizards. So look at how much value we got here in the base, guys. The entire left-hand side of the base is gone. So now the next part of the attack is to place the Ice Golems with our heroes. And we're also going to start sprinkling in these Super Barbarians to create a funnel for our heroes and get a couple of them in behind the heroes as well. So we'll place that first wall breaker. I actually should have waited a little bit there to open up that next compartment where all the expos are, but that's fine. We open it up with the second one. The King and Queen step into that expo compartment. We'll sprinkle in another couple of Super Barbarians to help those out. They are going to get through that area completely fine. So we'll continue sprinkling in our Super Barbs further up into the base. So pretty much the overall objective here is to get your heroes through the core. So the Super Barbs are mainly used for funneling purposes. You do slowly sprinkle in groups of 4 to 5 behind our heroes as they work through the defenses as well. But primarily, we are just going to clear off the trash buildings with the Super Barbs. So we'll continue doing so, keep forcing our heroes into the base. We'll go after this cannon, drop a couple extra there to go after the defending king. We'll get a couple more further up here. We may as well drop our minions up the top as well. So our king and queen still have their ability, and you can see they pretty much have not taken much damage at all at this point in the attack. So we're continuing to get this funneling happening, guys. And look at this, there's really nothing left. Our king and queen abilities still in hand, and we still have 6 Super Barbs. So if you can get the value from that Super Archer, Super Wizard blimp, you're going to be able to take down any Town Hall 11 base with ease. So I'll show you one of the changes you can make to the troop composition now. So you can see here, I have dropped all of the balloons and picked up a Lava Hound. So on a base layout like this one, where you have all of the air defenses towards the core of the base, you can sometimes get away with not using the Warden. So instead of using the balloons with the Warden Tome, you just use the Lava Hound to tank for your blimp, like so. So you can save your Warden for your King and Queen later in the attack, which is going to make it even stronger. So the blimp did get to where we wanted it to. So after that initial lava hound with the blimp, the attack strategy basically does not change. The only difference is we use the warden set to ground with our heroes as they work through the base, and you just pop the warden's ability to mitigate some damage off those heroes. But again, that does depend on the base layout. So if you are using this attack in war and can plan for it, it sometimes does make more sense to use the Lava Hound rather than the Warden's Tome. Let's move on and attack this max Town Hall 12 base. So how we start the attack does not change. We use all of the balloons with our Warden set to air and the blimp. So we delay the Warden's Eternal Tome as possible, allowing the blimp to get as far into the base as possible. So make sure you pop your first invisibility spell down before the blimp pops to avoid damage on our troops. So we get the second invis followed by the rage. There we go. Nice. The town hall should also go down. Hopefully we can get both of these expos and the eagle down as well. That would be amazing value. So we actually do. So that's excellent. So we have got all of those down. Can we get the third expo down? We can. Look at that value from that Super Archer blimp, guys. The entire core of the base is gone. So now let's get some funneling happening for our heroes. So we'll get a couple of Super Barbs there. We'll get a couple more over here. Our 2 Ice Golems, our King and our Queen. We'll continue sprinkling in these Super Barbs here because I don't want our heroes to go to the left. We do want them to go to the right. Like so. Those Super Barbs will deal with the Edifice and the Archer Tower. Nice. So we'll continue sprinkling in them ahead so we can force our heroes into the base. So like I said earlier, guys, the Super Barb's main objective is to get some funneling happening for our troops. We do sprinkle in a couple of them to help the heroes into the base, but most of them are just used for funneling. It's all about the heroes in this attack. So we'll continue sprinkling in them ahead. The heroes are going to be able to take down that multi, but at this point, there really isn't too much DPS left on the base. So we are looking quite nice here. So we'll get a couple extra Super Barbarians to clear those point defenses. The Queen is taking some damage. We'll pop her ability. That's less than ideal. We'll get the Wall Breakers in now, which aren't really going to do anything for us on this base. But the King is going to come around the corner. Hopefully the King can tank for this Queen for us. We would like to try and get the damage off the Queen. So the King still has his ability. The Queen is still alive. And it's a little bit closer, but we are attacking that one town or higher. So it's never going to be completely crushed, but it was still easy enough that we've managed to do this with our King and our Queen and a couple of Super Barbarians still up. I hope you enjoy this attack strategy as much as I do. If you want to follow along with my brand new Let's Play series, check out this video next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.